Hello, this is making me mad 'cause my computer is acting up. Now I'm getting the echo. Let's see, still up. Uh, I'm sorry, there was some technical difficulties. My computer down, not doing right, and now I'm on my phone. I'm getting the echo. Let me do it. Hello. Hey, that's a really echo. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties. Been having a bad day all day today. And now my computer went up. You don't want to act about it. So now I got on my phone, and it's acting up. Coming in, my brother. No borders. Sports.
Yeah, what up, Corey?
Hey, I'm sorry. I can't seem to remove the other guy.
Can't seem to remove what?
I have, me, I have myself in here twice, and I'm trying to
Oh,
remove him, but it won't remove.
are you able? Are you on your computer right now?
So I'm on my phone.
Okay.
My
I would
computer's
just,
messing up.
yeah, just wait till your computer gets all. Just give it a couple minutes. Let's relax, and we can. Or just as long as you can bring people in. Is there anybody else backstage?
Yeah, Brian, my brother, from all the way from Stockton, California. Brian,
Hey, everybody.
hey, come on, how do you do this?
What kind of jersey is that, Bryant?
This is my high school jersey.
Oh, there you go. I had, I had, I had a practice jersey. No,
Yeah.
it was my away jersey, right? And I kept it. Somehow I kept a hold of it. And one day I come home, I'm living with my buddy's grandpa and him, right? And I come home and he's like, "Hey, I washed your jersey for you. Got all them blood stains out." And I was like, "Oh, like it was the trophies. It was the trophies. I earned all that. That was mine. It was mine." It was
Yeah,
mine and other people's that I caused. That was mine.
this is the practice one. I think I've wore the white one on the screen before, and I have the home jersey. Our colors were like the Saints, brown and gold, and kind of well, the Saints are brown, but that's how our uniforms were. They had gold line down the stripe, just on the leg, and I don't know. We were the Delta Kings. We I don't know. They could have done a lot better with the uniforms, but I guess that's to be said with all uniforms. You know, all high school teams. Sometimes they
Oh,
did.
no, I had good ones.
They did update them for a little while, but I don't know. They just can't get. They're not sold on anyone. It seems like every couple of years they're changing.
My
There's only so much you can do with brown.
My two main colors were red and white, and then if you were going to add an ulterior, you could put in black. So like we had the best colors out there. You can do a lot with that. You can get some really classy. Like I
Yeah.
remember my senior year, our singlets. I was like, oh shit, our singlets are cool, right? And yeah.
Again, there's only so much you can do with brown and gold.
Yeah.
You know, like they made the whole uniform all brown. I think my senior year or 2 years after I graduated. They've done a lot of experiments, and they have a brand new football field now, so that's what's really cool. They got a nice track that goes around it, but they
must have started your school in the 70s. They were like brown and gold. Yeah, those are the best colors ever.
Well, it's supposed to
about 5 years.
It's supposed to represent the soil of the valley, and it's supposed to represent the gold mineral, of the, California. So it's like, okay, I get it, and it's not the worst, but that's why I always kind of looked at like the Saints and was like, our colors could be gold and black. It would be so much cleaner, but
yeah.
Well,
Brown is a color that shouldn't be on any professional sports teams' jerseys.
having a bad day today. Just my day started off rotten, and now it's still going rotten. With my computer's acting up. I got the schedule going on. Trying to figure out to get it out of there.
Did Carl catch up with you this morning?
See, like it.
He told me he was going to come back around.
I'm just getting mad now. And see, I just sent nobody the invites today.
Corey is in rare form.
Out of it.
But hey, we're here, Corey. That's all that matters. We're here.
Yeah.
We've got less than a week till real football.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Jason Massey in the house. What up, Jason?
Hey, Jason.
Daniel Berry Sports in the house. David McNiner in the house. Shout out everybody watching.
Okay.
I don't know, Jason. I got that Marysville Pilchuck red, white, black. I'm telling you. And we started out with like the Kansas City looking arrowheads on our helmets, but then we went to straight cross tomahawks. That looked nasty. I was kind of a little jealous because I was like, those things look pretty freaking cool. Now, they are a pain in the butt to get right on the helmet. You know what I mean? Because you got to put your sticker on every year. With those cross tomahawks, it's hard to get them straight and looking right. So, but other than that, Bryant, did you have to put the stickers on your helmet?
No, we didn't get stickers. We didn't get stickers on our helmet. I don't remember getting stickers. I remember there was a logo, but we didn't. Oh man, now I'm blanking. I think they put stickers on, but I think we went with a bear helmet. I think the seniors had stickers on their helmet. I don't think us freshmen did.
Well, our logos were stickers on our helmets, and only
Yeah.
like the varsity and JV guys got those.
Okay, that's probably how it was at Stag. Yeah.
And it was like you earned them. And then once you got, you made, obviously the good squad, essentially, you'd get handed those and you go put them on in your thing. And then afterwards, like, there's still people now. I could go into Marysville and you can drive around there enough and you'll see somebody's stickers pulled off their helmet and stuck on the back window of their car, so you can
Yeah.
that they play football because you earned them. You know what I mean? Like it was important to us. You earned the right to be able to put those stickers on your helmet, which meant that you were in a position to actually go out there and play in game time.
Yeah, there's a lot of pride in that when it comes to like smaller towns and stuff. My mom's town, she lives in Kentucky, and they had two high schools, and it was the Cardinals and the Trojans, I think, and they battled all the time, and it was just it's one of those things, whoever wins, but most of the time it's for like the town rights, and it's kind of cool. You get a lot of people, that's where it's at, and what's scary is going when I was traveling across country, we broke down in like a military town, and it's not a military town, it's like a community where people went to the military and retired. They're not there's
And
not
just
much
didn't move
traffic.
away.
There's not much traffic. There's not much going on. There was one gas station. Everybody, met at the gas station. Yeah, there was a school, there was an elementary, but it just seemed like it was like a retired community. We needed a part for our truck, a fan belt, and we had to walk to another town to get that part. And it was just a horrible, horrible moment. Don't break down. And if you do,
All you
hopefully,
needed was a Marine Corps. All you needed was a Marine Corps sticker in your window.
oh my gosh. They drove by us. There was like 4 or 5 people that drove by us several times, and they didn't stop and help us or anything like that. They just kept circling, going back up to the gas station. Then they get out of the trucks and they talk for a couple minutes. And then, it was like, I don't know, being looky loo or whatnot. That's fine. But we needed help to get to the other town.
Right.
And we made it. Long story short, we made it. But yeah, broke down, ran down the interstate. This is how crazy it got. We broke down on the interstate, and my brother and my dad are walking down the side of the freeway. We are in between exits. So, do we walk backwards, oncoming traffic, or do we walk forward? You try to walk forward, we all take our shirts off. So we only have our white shirts on. So if they see us, at least there's some kind of, reflective. And then all of a sudden somebody does pull over on the side of the road, and we're thankful enough, we don't know how far we got to walk, so they offer us a lift to the exit. So we get in, and the guy's got a cooler in the back seat, and we start talking to him, and he tells us he's a oh my gosh, now I'm going to miss the name, but he was a organ transplant deliverer.
Oh,
And so there was a heart sitting in the back seat next to us. And we it's like, oh my God, did we get picked up by the butcher man? Like, some crazy guy, but no, he was a donor transplant.
I gotta make a quick stop at this motel real quick, guys. You want to come in here real quick? Make sure to go and grab a lot of ice at the ice vending machine.
Right? Oh man. So yeah, he dropped us off. Real nice guy, and then he went on his way to take the organ to the hospital where he was supposed to go. But that's just crazy, super super crazy. And then we broke down. Well, we got off the highway. We got a tow truck to go pick us up, and then it's just crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Going all the way from California to Kentucky, broke down, I think, in Oklahoma. Not fun.
I did a straight shot from California to Washington in like 13 hours.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. And actually it would have been it was 15 hours altogether, but there was a 2-hour layover in Shasta because of a snowstorm, which I almost got in an accident. Like, this close.
when you're going to California to Oregon, it's really neat. When you're like leaving the state, it's all rocky. You start seeing like the side of the road, and there's really giant boulders and stuff like that. Once you get into Oregon, it turns all green, and there's just a bunch of trees, and you're like, "Whoa, what happened here?" You get
Yeah.
closer to Washington, it starts becoming more hilly, more mountain like. My grandmother, I told you, she lived in Washington for a short period. Well, for over a decade, almost 20 years, and she could make it from her house to our house in 12 hours. I think she made it one time in 11 hours, but she doesn't want to talk about that time.
Yeah, I was doing like 90. And
Yeah,
like through Northern California, I was doing like 90 the whole way. And it was like we monitor our speeds by airplane or whatever, right? And I was like, cool, send the ticket to Washington, bro. Because it's like, what you gonna do? You gonna get me in trouble in California? I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. You ain't catching me ever again. I was
well,
out.
even if you get a ticket, it's just a ticket. You're not going too crazy over the speed limit. It's really not that.
So
What's up, Corey?
y'all see that we 4 million short?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
with
funny
Nick
because
Bosa?
They're offering him like 31, I think, and he wants 35.
no, I heard the Niners. Well, Aaron from 49ers First Takes said that the 49ers are comfortable at 31 and Bosa's agent is asking for 35.
Yeah.
Which
And then I heard the number that they're asking for is 41. So I've heard two different reports.
I think that's not right because 41 is crazy. Who now there might be other teams around the league that might be able to afford that or might be willing to pay that. But that's not something you're like putting on the table and like that. I'm not signing for anything less than that because that might just screw you because then nobody will be like, oh, we don't have the 40 million for him. And then you never get signed. You finish out your contract for the 49ers and everybody else is like, well, I ain't got 40 million.
Imagine if we lose him, which I don't think we're going to lose him, but imagine if we lose him or we trade him and he goes to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, Saleh, it's over.
But 40 million is almost 2 Jimmy Garoppolo's at his highest point, which was like 26 mil, I think. That's a lot. Now, granted, he's better than 2 Jimmy Garoppolo's put together, but doesn't mean anybody's got the bankroll for that.
Yeah, you can ask for as much as you want to ask, but it doesn't mean you're going to get paid.
Danny Jones gets paid $40 million a year. That's just too much. And right now you're asking for 35 when that's 5 million less than Danny Jones. Not to say that Danny Jones is warranted $40 million a year, but that contract has been penned. So therefore that is a benchmark essentially when it comes to pay for players / quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So to be paid $5 million less than what, let's say, a high tier average quarterback, let's say he's at I'd say he's average, but he's on the higher end of average. I don't think he's obviously he's not in the same tier as like a Mahomes.
But I think if Danny was on our team, Danny Dimes, I think we'd have a Super Bowl. I really do. I think he's that much better of a quarterback. Not that Brock Purdy's a bad quarterback, but I think he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo had a fast, and quick release. But I think Danny's just more tougher, maybe mobile or just elusive. I don't know.
He's got a cannon. He's not scared to throw that thing. You know what I mean? And he's got feet. So I don't know how well he is with like performing in their system. So I can't attest and say that we would win a Super Bowl with him. But if he has his physical abilities that we know that he differs from Brock Purdy, and he has the abilities that Brock Purdy has as far as running the system, then yes, we could win a Super Bowl with Danny Dimes.
Yeah. And I'm comparing it like towards Jimmy G a little bit because of the ability, his arm. And I know Brock Purdy has a little bit of a weaker arm too than I would say Jimmy has a stronger arm than Brock Purdy. But
well, now
Danny
I would say
Dimes,
that's a absolute statement right now. You know what I mean? Because we haven't seen anything close to a medium throw from Brock since he got injured.
yeah. Danny Dimes, I just think he does have a really big arm. And he would have that extra ability, but he would have to be able to read the defense and go fast
Yes.
and all that. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. So I think Justin Herbert on the 49ers would be really good too.
Yes. I think Justin Herbert would be nasty here.
All right,
Same thing with Burrow. Joe Burrow would be nasty in our system.
I know Joe's not here and he might be listening, but how do you think Russell Wilson would be in our system? I think he'd be Super Bowl. I think he'd be able to, bust out like he's been doing. I don't think. I think he'd be just like the Niners. Like he's been with Seattle.
So, have you heard Joe talk about why Russ left or why everybody was okay with Russ leaving? Because he wasn't really operating the offense. He's just get pressure, run out to the side, and try and figure something out. So it was constantly backyard play, backyard play, backyard play. That will not fly here in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan.
I understand that.
You know what I mean? Maybe it works for a couple of games, but like the moment something happens that like Kyle is like, that's it. You went too far, an interception, something like that. It'd be like, you went away from my play. It was gold. Look at this guy's open right here. What, you can't see him? That's the problem. You're benched. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's a good point. How do you think Dak Prescott would look in the 49ers offense?
From what I've seen as late, I don't think he would do well because it's like so space-time dependent. And what I mean by space-time is like when you talk about a point in space, it's not only got, an axis, but it's got a time stamp from when you do something, right? That's the 49ers. The routes have to be so precise that you can't be 6 inches off. Essentially, you have to be right where the ball's coming because they're not really waiting to see if you're totally open. They're looking to see if there's any sort of separation because they're throwing it to you while you're running. And I don't think that's a skill Dak has. I think Dak's good at finding somebody open who's got a lead on their man and finding a window to throw to them. And you just need to find the man and know where the point is to throw the ball and essentially know when they're going to hit that. And that's what you do in our system. That's why Brock Purdy's so good. He doesn't really question things. He just kind of he knows what he sees. And he slings it. After the fact, you see him go, oh, hey, wow, that was a little, that could have been bad. Hey, here we are. Oh, damn. Mute, Corey.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens. I know exactly the struggle. The struggle. Try to come on in and your phone's screaming and your computer's screaming and you're trying to drop your double ganger. So shout out to everybody in the chat again. Corey, he was going to throw out tonight's topics as breaking down I don't know if we can do NFC and AFC if we have enough time, but we are going to go quarterback. Who's the better quarterback in the division? So
let me bring. I'm back.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, David Corona.
Yeah.
So I think
Hey,
we should probably start with the NFC West since we know
Yes,
it pretty
NFC
quick.
West. Okay, so I'm asking this question: who has the best quarterback room out of the NFC West? Out of the 49ers, Arizona, Seattle, and the Rams? Who do you think, No Border Sports, have the best?
I'm gonna go LA Rams. They have Matthew Stafford and Stetson Bennett. And not to say that Stafford's going to be great this year, but he's up there as far as, like records go. Like he's got, I think I can't remember how many passing yards. I think he's like top 5 as far as passing yards go. And it seems like everybody thinks that Stetson Bennett can step in whenever Stafford's done. So to me, it seems they got 1A and one, and then they've got their successor. It's not like they got a question mark at number 2 like we do. And I think Stafford's better than Purdy. Like I would say hands down, but I think Purdy probably maybe could be more successful in this system than Stafford, just because Stafford's not kind of used to being a pawn. You know what I mean? In this game, he's kind of used to being the the queen. A piece that is more of the puzzle. And here in Kyle's system, the quarterback is just a pawn, just like everybody else. So I don't know if he would really be okay with that, because kind of like it just takes all your what would you say it, your patina away. There's a reason why you're there, why you're so coveted as a quarterback. It's because of all that decision making skills and what you can do on the fly, and Kyle's scheme kind of just takes that out of it.
So I think everybody, if you look at just our offense, I think all 4 quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks and we'll call Kyler the starting quarterback for the Cardinals right now. Any one of them, Gino, Stafford, I think any one of them could really take Kyle's offense and really, really play well in it and be really, really good. But they would have to, they would have to really submit to Kyle's whims and, go through his progressions and play it it's kind of like what happened with Matt Ryan. He already knew how to play quarterback, but then he had to go through Kyle's offense, and it took him a while to learn how to play Kyle's offense. Then he did really well. But for the question, who's the best quarterback right now in our NFC West? It's got to be Stafford. Until another quarterback in this, 4 guys, 4 teams can win a Super Bowl. Stafford right now has the bigger arm, and he does have the ring. So,
Okay, where will y'all place them? Like 1, 2, 3, 4? Who's the last?
okay, go ahead, Ryan, and then I'll answer that.
How would you rank them, Ryan?
Oh, you're muted.
You muted,
Stafford.
right?
Oh, Jesus. You just need to shut up. We go, Kyler is obviously last. I mean, just trash. And then I got to go. Obviously, I said Stafford was first, and I'm taking Gino and Purdy as 2, tied for second, because we don't know who we're going to see out of both of them this year. I don't think Gino will revert back, but there's a chance that he could. And Brock Purdy just came off a big injury, and we haven't seen him do everything he did last year. So until both of us show that they are the same as last year, I feel that they're number 2.
So that, I could see that. I'm going LA 1, San Francisco 2, Seattle 3, and then I'm going to go Kyler Cardinals 4. And it definitely makes sense what Ryan's saying. We could see Geno, bad Geno, or we could see a better Geno. And the same thing with Brock Purdy. His injury could hamper him this year. What do you think, David Corona?
Um, man, I think our quarterback, I think Brock Purdy, and after that I go with Matthew Stafford, and after that I go with Geno, and after that I go with the Cardinals.
Okay.
So
Okay. John Jay.
that's,
What's up, everyone?
Hello, John Jay. Sorry I didn't do the introduction. I've been having
No
a bad
worries.
day today.
No worries.
And
Yeah.
you see, I didn't see that on anybody today.
Hmm.
You still got your applause, Joe.
Thank you. Well, I hope hanging out with us makes your day better because
Yeah.
All right. So the question, man,
Who
this
has
is
the best quarterback room?
this is a great question. Oh man, like based off like what happened last year or career wise, for me, like if I had to base it just off last year, I would put Geno Smith number one. I would put Brock Purdy number two. I would put Matthew Stafford number three, and I'll put Kyler Murray number four. But career wise, if I do like career wise, Matthew Stafford. Um, let's see, Brock Purdy just very small sample size, so I have to put Kyler Murray number two.
Brock
Brock
Purdy's gotten
Purdy,
farther than all three of them. If you're talking
yeah,
about career,
yeah,
Brock Purdy's gotten farther.
yeah. Um,
And he's
let's see,
undefeated
let's see.
in games that he finished.
So basically, career wise, Matthew Stafford. I put Kyler Murray number two, Brock Purdy number three, and Geno Smith number four. If I'm going to go career wise, but based on last year, alone, I think our quarterback is number two.
Okay. And not pretty had much the same. I have for top,
Wait,
I
real
have,
quick. Do we know what prestige level Kyler Murray is at right now, currently?
He's not even going to start.
No, I guess you don't get it. In Call of Duty, in certain games, once you leveled up your person, you could do something called prestige, and essentially wipe all your experience, and you just get a new symbol. And so people would wipe just to get a different symbol to be like, yeah, I got a different symbol. Yeah, I got a higher symbol than yours. Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
I would say yes. I'll go with Matthew Stafford, and then I would go with Brock Purdy, and I'll go Geno, and then I go Cardinals.
You know how many people haven't just said Kyler Murray's name? They just said Cardinals. And they name all the other quarterbacks by name, and then when it gets to Cardinals, they just go Cardinals. And Kyler,
Well,
you
John
suck. I
Jay,
don't even
he
want to
said
say your name.
Cardinals. He said Kyler Murray.
Yes.
He's the first one said it. So now let's go to the running backs. Who has the best running backs room?
Why are we asking this? Maybe to rank it, but we already know 49ers got the best running back room. That's even if you're not a homer, you'd have to like realize that, you know?
Okay. So what order?
Oh, I don't even know. Cardinals probably last. Seahawks 2, Rams 3.
Okay. Bryant.
Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals. Yep.
David Corona. Must be gone.
David, you're muted.
Yeah, what's up?
Who has
David, you're
an
muted. We can't hear you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay.
What?
I said okay.
What?
What?
Still can't hear you.
What?
Okay, now I hear
David.
you.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm joking.
Okay. All right. Bye.
David,
Yes, sir.
we can hear you. Okay. Uh, what is the best? Meanwhile, goodness, who has
What?
ranked the running back room of the NFC West
Oh,
teams?
we got the best running back.
Okay, who's next after that?
I go with the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Okay, at the Seahawks,
I don't know who the Cardinals have, so probably the Cardinals and the Rams.
Oh,
okay. Cardinals have Connor,
Oh, Cardinal?
right?
is he healthy?
Uh,
Never mind. Never mind. He probably is. I'm probably
yeah, I
thinking
think so. I've
last
seen
year.
him in a couple games. He was in there.
Yeah, it's probably last year. I'm thinking
So
about.
if it's Cardinal, I go with the Cardinals third and the Rams last. Yeah.
John Jay.
Yeah, the 49ers have the best running back group, so we're number one. Um, the Rams are last because they don't have a run game, so that should be easy. Uh, Seahawks running back had a really good year. I don't know their running back core, but I'm going to put them number two. And the Cardinals,
They got a new guy, and they got their other guy that was injured last year. He's back.
And they have that one guy, and he's really good when when he's on the field with that one guy.
Oh,
okay, so all right, so Seahawks number two, and then the Cardinals. They do have James Conner. Last 2 seasons, he's had 22 rushing touchdowns. But besides that, they don't really have too many other running backs, so they'll be number three. And of course, I already said the Rams are at the bottom because they don't run the football.
God,
And speak of the devil,
here he is.
Niners lack depth on defense. Offense line is a wreck. Niners 8 wins, 9 losses record. Racing the division.
Jim Abbott, you guys are gonna be in last place for the next 20 years.
Shout out to Jim Edred. He always makes me laugh when I'm having a bad day. So, oh man.
So my order is most the same: 49ers, Seattle, Cardinals, then the Rams.
Oh, you got Cardinals in the Rams. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Now, the wide receiver room. Who has the best?
That one's hard.
No Border Sports.
Seahawks, 49ers. Rams and Cardinals are tied for last. Even though they got Cup, but Cup is injured.
Yeah.
I guess you can put them 3 just for the fact that, you know, him on the sideline is probably still better than anything the Cardinals have, but
It's Corey with a K, bro.
Yeah, Corey with the K. Korey.
Yeah. Lockdown Davis.
Korey. Coming in, my brother, David McNiner.
I know.
Come on. Are you coming.
See?
I said Adam.
There
It's the
we
longest
go.
clap we've ever had on this show.
Yeah.
Well,
David McNiner.
what's going on, fellas? So
What's up,
I
big
heard
niner?
you. I heard you asking what place we're all going to be at. So you mind if I answer?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, I got the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and
Ooh.
this local high school team that only won one game, and then the LA Rams.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well,
Well,
seriously, I actually do have I have the Rams in fourth because the Cardinals are humongous question mark. Like
Well, let's face it, the Rams
none
would
of us
probably lose to
know
Georgia
what
right
they're
now.
actually going to do. We don't know anything about their head coach. This is his first time being a head coach. They're literally a humongous question mark. So, it's just we'll see what happens. The Rams, they dismantled the team. So we all know what they're going to be.
well, one question we did ask: who has the best quarterback room out of the 49ers, Cardinals, and the Rams? And
Ooh.
what's it?
Well, I can't say the Cardinals because, Kyler Murray's good at playing. Shout out to Jason, good at playing COD. I'm not actually wondering if he's as good as I used to be. I should hop back in that and see if I can find him. But
Can I address
go
Jim
ahead.
Everett right here?
Uh-oh.
He says the Rams have stealthy offensive line and stacked offense. We are the Chiefs of the NFC. No. So your own front office earlier this offseason said, hey, we're going to be competing for the division this year, guys. I hope you don't think we're just going to, suck. So then last month, he walked it back and said, we're going to be in the running for the division next year. So, Jim, your own front office doesn't believe the shit that's coming out of your mouth, bro. Like they had to walk back their own dumbass statements as they said earlier this year. So I appreciate you loving your team, but calm down with all the Rams first place in the division thing. Like the people who get paid lots of money to evaluate your team and run it don't even believe that.
Chief in last place. That's what they're going to do.
Well, anyway, so I got to find out who the
Chiefs sitting at
Rams
home during the playoffs.
third quarterback is, if they have one. Because I got something close going on here. Unofficial depth chart. I don't give it. Unofficial garbage chart. Okay, that works.
Who has the better running back?
No, I do not want notifications about the LA Rams. No, thank you. No, thank you. Never. Thank you. Okay.
Steve-O come back out. He's like, Ryan just used shotgun on Jimbo. Hey, Jim Everett the Great, thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate it.
He ain't like it after that.
Dude, I already told that I do not want. Okay.
But our quarterback, Matthew Dime Stafford, no. But you do have a ring, so congratulations. But
Look at that this season while your team just gets trounced.
Hey, has
everybody
LA ring? Sorry, Ryan, but has anybody looked at the Super Bowl ring?
That ripping?
Doesn't it look like the In-N-Out logo? I'm just saying.
I thought
what I'm saying, it's got like the two trees, just like In-N-Out, right?
Oh,
it reminds me of like a fleshlight, where you like open it up the top and then you've got the place to stick your thing because
all right,
it's lonely.
They have ripping.
Yeah.
They have ripping. That guy from wasn't he with Denver? He's the son of I think a
Okay.
former Washington Redskin quarterback.
Son of a motherless pig? A motherless
Thank you,
dog.
Jim.
That's right. Son of a motherless dog.
You guys,
Shout out to
does
the
anyone
Amigos.
remember Mark Rippon? Anyone remember that
No.
guy?
Yeah, I do.
I
Thank
remember
you, Jim.
Shaquille and Shaq Griffin.
Well, he's not on their 53. They only kept 2 QBs. All right, that sucks for them.
Who?
So
Cardinal?
I'm actually because of Matthew Stafford and his neck and elbow issues. I'm not sure if I can pick the Rams because Stinson Bennett was not looking good in that last game when they got completely destroyed by the Denver Broncos that we beat the week before. Yeah, they put up a goose egg in that. Wasn't it like 41-0?
They must have
Yep.
been on the sidelines using their fleshlight rings.
But yeah, so I can't say the Rams because Stinson Bennett didn't. He just hasn't looked good. He could become something. Don't get me wrong. It's what happens between college and the pros, right? And then let's see, the Seahawks got Geno, Drew Lock. Do they have a third quarterback? Where's Joe at? I think Joe.
He's camping.
Oh, is he camping? Oh yeah, it's Labor Day weekend. I can't blame him. I'm not doing it because historically in my state, every Labor Day and Memorial Day, it rains on the people that are camping. So it just it's not happening. I ain't doing it this year. But yeah, I'm currently looking up the Seahawks roster to see if they have 3. I know they have Geno and Drew Lock. Didn't they pick like a rookie or something?
Oh, you didn't have to
There's
put
Drew
that up,
Lock.
Corey.
There's Geno. There's Geno.
Steve-O was asking if anybody likes falling asleep listening to sports. I said military documentaries.
I like
My favorite.
YouTube
My
range.
favorite is when they hunt down the Nazis after the war. Like the Nazis,
Hmm.
think they're safe and nobody knows about them, and then somebody bumps into them, lets them know that they know who they are, and then they get all freaked out. They like move all over the place and they feel hunted, and then they die tired.
So I gotta go with our 49ers, even though we got we actually have 3 QBs. I think all the other teams only are carrying 2 right now. That's what I saw on their 53-man roster.
I want to know what number Brandon Allen's really going to be wearing, because right now they still have him as 4 and Moody's at 4, and I'm starting to really think like this is some shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I hear you, Brian. I hear you.
You need to write a letter,
But when it comes down to it, Brock Purdy, yeah, he won 8 games last year. Okay, that still doesn't prove that he's our franchise guy going forward. Sam Darnold, he's been on trash teams. He does have the talent. He needs the coaching and the system, which this could be a good fit for him. Hopefully, we don't have to find out. And then we got Brandon Allen, who, has been. I saw one good game of him when he was with the Broncos, and the guy I shared an office with anointed him the next John Elway. That was hilarious. I was like, "Are you serious? It's one game, dude." And then he went downhill from there. But he's he's a veteran, career backup, was behind Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, so I actually think he's a decent number 3. But I'm gonna have to go with us in first. I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks in second, the Rams in third, and the Cardinals in fourth, because we don't even know if Kyler Murray's playing this season.
Okay. Now rank the running backs room.
Ooh. Damn, because the Seahawks, don't they have a good running back room? I think they do. The Cardinals have Connor. Rams, that dude didn't do anything last year, so I can't say they have any good running backs. I'm not being biased. I'm just being honest. Or okay, maybe I am being a little biased. But so wow, I'm actually gonna have to overall room wise. I'm actually gonna have to put the Seahawks above us right now because we have that Elijah Mitchell guy, and I don't know if he's gonna stay on the field. You know.
Yeah, but you know, we got a Jordan Mason.
We do, and we have a TDP who actually looked pretty good in that Broncos win and the San Diego.
As far as
game.
running the ball, the ball, he still
far as
blocks like trash.
He can't pass. He can't pass block to save his life. He needs to work on that. But you know, we do have an offensive line coach that could probably help him.
No, I don't know if we do because he hasn't helped Jalen Moore. And he hasn't helped Nick Zakelj or Zakant Block.
Yeah, Zakant Block.
You got to put that at the end, or else it doesn't go well. You got to do his awkward J at the end. Like, who is he? How does he get to come in and just like redo like the English language and put a J at the end and make us have to say something? Like, no, you're just gonna be Zakelj from now on. Because until you block correctly, I don't care about the J. You know what I mean?
Honestly, you know, Joey Fisher got picked up by the Steelers. Was it the Steelers that picked him up?
Of course. Why? Why would they pick a guy like him up? Because he's a dog. He's an aggressive guy out there on the field. Right. He wants to attack things. He wants to prove a point. They love people like that in over there in Pittsburgh. That's the exact type of people they want. They want people with the heart of a plumber and like the mindset of a shark. You know what I mean? Always hungry. You know?
I mean, I had the idea that anyway. So I'll finish the running back room and I'll talk about our our backups real fast after that.
I'm surprised we got Coletto.
So yeah, we got the Niners second. Yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals third and the Rams fourth because they don't have a running back room. They just don't. But so back to our O-line. I knew Feliciano and Pryor, you know, they both signed them veterans. I figured that they would make the squad. And Pryor did, you know, have a decent showing in that last game. Jalen Moore, why?
Trash.
You know, I mean, it's just kind of, it's one of those things. I hope we don't end up trading for someone during the season, you know, but we have so many draft picks, it's not funny, you know, and that's just the truth. This upcoming season, I think we had like 12. We could end up with like 14. It's a crazy number.
I swear we kept the shittiest lineman.
And then we kept, you know, Jalen Moore and Zakelj. No, Zakelj, I read a few articles on the guy, and you know, it's like, I'm just wondering why we kept him because he didn't do anything to actually earn a roster spot. That Il Manning and Joey Fisher were better than him. So.
Okay, so the board report. Did you ask my question about we got the best wide receiver room? Rank them.
Yep, you started me off, bro.
Okay, Bryant.
Yep.
You already said it, Bryant.
Yeah, I think we all said it. Maybe David Corona didn't say it. Maybe John Jay didn't say it, but
okay. David Corona.
I go with us first. Second, Seattle. Who the Cardinals have?
That crickets is perfect.
Uh, and they said Cooper Cubs day to day, so I don't think he's gonna be out there for week 1. So I'll go with the Cardinals and the Rams last.
Okay. John Jay.
So, like as a whole, the 49ers have a good wide receiver room. Good wide receiver room. Like we got 4 guys that could step up. So Niners are going to be number 1. Seattle, Metcalf, Lockett. They also got good backups for them. I don't know all of them. So Seattle's number 2. The Cardinals lost Hopkins. They have a lot of young guys, but not at the level as
they got Hollywood Brown.
Oh yeah, they got Hollywood Brown. I know they got.
That's like it.
I know they got Moore. I'm gonna put them number 3 because when it comes to the Rams, when you have Cooper Kupp and I don't know anybody else, yeah, I'm gonna put the Rams at the bottom.
I don't know, man. Cooper's gonna get his 100 yards no matter what, and the guys from the Cardinals, they might not get 100 yards combined in a game. You know what I mean? But you do you.
Yeah.
But sorry, go
David McNiner.
So, the Seahawks got like 2 beasts up there, but we have 2 beasts too, right? But we're talking the overall room. And we have Juwan Jennings, Ronnie Bell, Danny Gray. I don't know if Danny Gray is actually going to be playing this next game due to that injury. But, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, Ronnie Bell, Danny Gray. One of these days we'll get Ray back. I honestly do think we have the best wide receiver room overall in the NFC West. Second is the Seahawks because they have those 2. Their 2 starters are beasts.
They also have
third,
Jake Bobo and Smith and Jigba. So, and which Smith and Jigba, it seems like he's kind of like their Debo, right? And it seems like Bobo is kind of like our Ronnie Bell or their Ronnie Bell is how I would put it right now. So if you think about it, I personally think they got us beat just for the fact that like a DK, like you can toss that up anywhere near him and he can come down with it for the most part. And then Lockett is just one of the, and we've only got one true guy who can get open whenever he wants. You know what I mean? And they got essentially 2 guys. One guy who's like essentially always open in DK, and they got a guy who just, I don't know how freaking Tyler Lockett gets so wide open.
He's
It's
good.
nasty.
That's why.
that's exactly it. He's good. But then we got, I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals because, they got that Hollywood Brown. So, anyone named Hollywood,
Hey,
I'm just messing.
You got to give them credit. If, they're in Hollywood, shout out. But yeah, you can't be sleeping on Jake Bobo. He's gonna do some nasty things this year in Seattle, and I'm hoping it's just not against us. We can shut him down.
Well, and with Smith and Jigba getting injured, it's a great chance for him to come in and sell himself to everybody because everybody was already taken with Smith and Jigba. Once he went down and Bobo started getting light, people were like, oh my gosh, we got 2 guys. So they're really excited about both of them. And I think you might be seeing a lot of 4 wide receiver sets from the Seahawks going forth because there's a lot of talent in their wide receiver core to just keep some guys on the sidelines when you could just be working defenses with them.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, that's the thing is the quarterback. Can you trust Gino to go 4 wide?
That's
I think
the
he can.
thing.
I think he can, and the reason because he was in New York and he was in New York, and they both, have different colors, right? He played for a blue team and a green team.
Oh,
Now he's
shit.
going to Seattle, and he's merged. He's brought the two together.
The strengths from both, put them together, make a whole.
He's a new Gino.
Math. No, but let's face it. It's easier to never be good and end your career that way, but it's harder to never be good and then turn around and then mess up again. All he can do really is get old and not be able to make those throws anymore or move his feet like he used to and make him not effective. That's how I see it. It seems like he's got to the point where everything clicks. It would be hard to get everything to unclick right now, especially when he's got all the same coaching around him, essentially in the same scheme. Just it's going to be built upon more. You know what I mean? There's new wrinkles brought to it. So I don't think he'll unravel or fall apart. I think he'll just, obviously get to a point where he can go no further in his progression, and then he might plateau or he might start to decline.
So this is how I rank it. I'm sorry, I do have Seattle's. I put Seattle number 1, then 49ers number 2nd, and then the Rams and the Cardinals. I just think when I like Lockett and oh god, why I just
DK,
yeah.
Metcalf.
I wanted us to draft meet DK because
Me
I was
too.
like, get that guy to block. Okay. First thing, imagine him blocking out on the outside. That's just nasty. And then who cares if he can run all the routes? He can run straight. Just toss the ball up to him and let him do 50-50s. You know what I mean?
Whoever,
It's just
but whoever dyes their hair fluorescent green to color match their team's uniform is totally dedicated. I mean, like, you imagine he would have had
Facts.
gold, red hair, if he would have been a Niner. You're totally sold in. He's Mr. Seahawk.
Now, I gave him shit when he did that because he's a Seahawk. But if he was a 49er, I'd be like, don't he look handsome? Ladies,
Right.
Ladies, take care of the man. You know what I mean?
Okay, now offensive lines room. Who has the best offensive line room?
That's a good one.
Jesus.
That's a really good one.
The World Sports.
I don't even want to talk about this. Because
Oh wow.
What's
It's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt.
not really, because the Cardinals are last. And I would say right now, probably the Seahawks are first. And the way I say this is because they're actually making attempts to fix their offensive line instead of just like doubling down on their mistakes. And I would say the Niners and the Rams are tied. I don't like the way the direction our offensive line's going. It seems like they're trying to do the same thing at quarterback or at the offensive line as they're doing with the quarterback. And we've seen their decision making as far as who to keep, and we've seen who they've decided to promote. And I think it's riddled with fault. So I'm not liking the direction.
I'd have to say Rams, then I would say Seahawks, Niners, then we'll say the Cardinals. That's my humble opinion.
Okay, I'm David Corona.
David, you're muted.
Yeah,
I think he's muted.
I'm back.
He's muted.
Yep. He could be muted.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just go on to John Jay.
I'm back.
David,
Can you hear
if
me?
you're there, unmute.
I know Corey can hear me.
Yep.
Go ahead, David. Rhoda.
Corey, who are you talking to?
I was putting the clothes in the dryer. What you guys say?
Who's the best? Who has the best offensive line room? Who's ranked them?
You're muted, David.
I go with us. Seattle, Cardinals, and the Rams.
John Jay.
All right, so this is going to be very difficult. So I'm going to go figure out as I go from 4 to 1. The Rams had the worst offensive line in our division. They allowed the most pressures and the most sacks. So when your offensive line is allowing a lot of pass rush and a lot of sacks, you got to put the Rams at the bottom. So that's probably the easiest one. I'm going to put the Cardinals at number 3 because, you know, when your job is supposed to protect Kyler Murray and you get him hurt, you know, that's not a really good offensive line. And it's going to come between the Niners or the Seahawks. I'm gonna be biased, and I'm gonna put the Seahawks number 2 and the Niners number 1.
Okay. David Midnighter.
I'm gonna go Seattle Seahawks number 1. Us 49ers number 2. Because I do believe in 3 of our starters. As long as Jake Brendel just does what he does in the last section of last season and keeps doing that, then he's above average, and that's okay. Colton McKivitz, you got to prove it. But then I'm gonna go with the Rams. That they are getting some guys back off injury. I'm not saying they're going to make it through the season, but they are. And then I'm going to go with the Cardinals because I just think their offensive line stinks.
Did anybody
Okay.
see the short that I put out today?
No, I didn't been on.
Oh, well, if anybody does, the video that I remixed it from is hilarious. And I suggest that you go and after you watch my video, you go and watch the original video. You can click on there's a little thing where you can click on it. It's hilarious. It's some kind of game these guys are playing. Corey, we should do this. I'll fly down to California. We'll all do this. Okay. I'll put on the blindfold and everybody else can be the other parts.
Okay, my order is Seattle first, 49 seconds, Cardinals third, and Rams last. Okay, defensive line. Who's the better? Right?
Oh, it's us all day long. Once Nick Bosa is signed, it's us all day long. And then I'm gonna go Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals. The reason being is the Seahawks defensive line, or their front 7, let's just say, they were giving us fits there in the beginning of that playoff game. So and they were doing well. They just can't stop the run. But it seems like they brought people in this year to stop the run from last year. So I'm thinking it's going to be the Seahawks. You're going to have those young cats who were good last year. Another year under their belt, they're going to be ramped up, ready to go.
Right?
49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. In my humble opinion.
David Corona.
49ers first. Seahawks second. Rams third. Cardinals fourth.
John Jay. John Jay, are you there? Let's go to David McKnight. Even John Jay had to step out. He's on the call.
What position group are we talking about?
Defensive
I was
line.
I was muted. I was talking. I was talking.
Okay, go ahead, John Jay.
All right, so defensive line, the 49ers, we got a good core. So number one. Seattle last year, their defensive line played really well. So I'm gonna put them number two. I'm gonna put the Rams, and then I'm gonna put the Cardinals at the bottom.
Okay. David Medina.
I'm going to go us 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, because, you know, they have Nuwosu, and they've actually signed a couple pieces to improve that. Then we're going to go with the Rams, which is currently a one-man show, Aaron Donald. And then the Cardinals, who let one of their best pass rushers walk this last offseason.
Okay. I'm going to 49ers. And then I have to go Seattle because I know the Rams, but they got one good defensive lineman. So I go Seahawks, and then the Rams, then the Cardinals. Okay, linebackers.
49ers, Seahawks. Flip a coin for the last two.
What you think, Bryant?
Yeah, almost everything exactly. The Niners, obviously we have better. I think Seahawks are coming in really close, and then the Rams maybe, and then maybe the Cardinals. So, like Ryan said, flip a coin. In my humble opinion.
David Corona.
Yeah, I agree with what everybody's saying. 49ers, Seahawks. I'm not too sure about the Rams or Cardinals, so I go with Rams and Cardinals.
Okay, John Jay. You muted again.
Are we talking about the linebackers?
Yes.
All right. Oh, Niners number one. The Seahawks, they got some good linebackers. So I'm going to put them number two. Then I'm going to go. See, the Cardinals, they traded away Isaiah Simmons. By default, I'm going to put the Rams 3 and the Cardinals 4.
Okay. David Medina.
Sorry, what position group?
Linebackers.
Oh, us by far. And let's see, the Seahawks have Bobby Wagner. So I'll give them number 2. The Rams have and the Cardinals both have nobody. How do you rank that? I'm gonna put the Cardinals third and the Rams fourth, although they're like neck and neck. They both have no one.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everybody. I go with 49ers first, Seattle second, and I guess go with Cardinals then the Rams. Um, okay. The D back room. That means all safeties and defense backs, quarterbacks.
That's kind of a tough one.
No more
What's up?
sports. The
Sorry, I just got
safeties
back.
and safeties and quarterbacks.
I don't know. So I have a feeling I have a feeling the Seahawks might have an edge because they do have talented people in their secondary, and they're kind of just repeating the same thing they did last year. I think our defense, if it's changed at all drastically, it would probably be in the secondary. I'm not saying it's changed drastically in the secondary, but like the more change we've probably seen in the defense has probably come from things in the secondary, I'm guessing. So our secondary might be a little hindered by having to kind of learn something or play different. I don't know all of what's going on there, but that could be a thing. I would say by default, because of our defense last year, we would be the best in our division. But I don't know if that'll reign true. They also just drafted the first cornerback off the board this year, and he's now playing safety. So you got him, Jamal Adams, their other 2 corners that they are very excited about. So to me, I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'll go us, Seahawks. I guess Rams? I don't know. You could do another coin flip. You can shout out to Jim Everett. Pow.
Right.
Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals, Rams, in my humble opinion.
Can you explain why you picked Seahawks? Was it kind of what I was explaining, or is there something else that really grabs you?
They got Kobe Bryant. Can't root against him.
Shit, I forgot it's Bryant.
Right? I mean, like, the deciding factor.
Like Bryant's going to be right, but it's for something that like has no basis on why. Really, you know what I mean? It's like I can't remember what show it was, but this guy had this girlfriend who was like, he'd ask her, which team do you think is going to win this game? And she'd tell him the team, they would win. And so like, they were like, oh, how is she getting this information? What is it? What's her process? And her whole process were the uniforms. She would take a look at the uniforms, and that was her whole thing. And I was like, that to me was hilarious. Like,
David Corona.
I go with us first, 49ers, Seahawks. I'm not too sure. Cardinals, Rams.
Okay. John Jay.
was that kind of like it could have been a coin flip for you, David?
Yeah.
Okay. Because because I felt the same way. I just wanted to know if that, because it sounded like that's what you felt like in what you said, but
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
John Jay.
All right. So, oh man, this is difficult. I'm gonna give the edge to the Seattle Seahawks. They last year they didn't have Jamal Adams. He was hurt. Uh, they had Tyreek Woodland. He had a good rookie year. Um, they got Kobe Bryant, who we'll see what he does in the second year. He probably will get better. So I'm gonna give them the edge at number 1. Then I'm gonna put the 49ers at number 2. Ufunga with Gibson paired up. Those guys had good years. Mooney Ward, he's a really good cover corner. He knows how to play good defense on receivers. And one of the reasons why I put us at number 2 is because Diamador Lenore, he's inconsistent. He plays really well, but he's never 100% consistent. All right. The Rams lost Ramsey. I don't know who their secondary is. And I do know Buda Baker, at least he's a Pro Bowler, so I'm going to put the Cardinals at 3 and the Rams 4.
the Rams don't have rap either anymore.
Yeah, so I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know anything. So the Rams are at the bottom.
Okay, David McNider.
I am gonna have to go with Seattle, number 1, and us number 2. And when it comes to the Rams and the Cardinals, I have to put the Cardinals over the Rams because they have Buda Baker, and the Rams have no one. That one guy, no one. That's right.
Okay. I go say 49ers. Not 49ers. Oh, Seattle. Then 49ers. Then I have to go with the Rams and the Cardinals. But like I said, Cardinals and Rams could be either place. Okay. Who has the best kickers? Field goal kickers. Kick off. No more sports.
Oh, Jesus. I guess I'm going Seahawks. And then with our situation right now, I would almost have to put us last.
Yeah.
And it's not anything against Jake Moody. It's just like the uncertainty that we don't know. Not to say that it's not, that he can't. I'm just saying we don't know what we got yet. I think we're going to be fine. But right now, as I say we got a big wild card going on right now. We just signed a kicker for like a week. You know what I mean? Like, if that doesn't sum it up, we've got 2 kickers who are injured right now and then one that's coming. So I would go coin flip for second and third and then us in fourth right now. Seahawks have a good kicker. They have a good punter and a good place kicker. They're not their punter is one of the best in the league, but their place kicker isn't necessarily anything special, but he's consistent for when they use him. It's kind of like, Robbie Gould. It's not like we were putting him in there to do 55-yarders all the time on a whim. His longest kick in the last couple of years came in a playoff game, You know what I mean? When we needed it, and he gave it to us. But that's kind of how they use their kicker too. We just need you from 35 out, maybe 40, but
Okay, Bryant.
I should have just defaulted to Bryant.
Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, 49ers.
Yeah, see, I should have defaulted to Bryant.
Bill Dawson's the Cardinal kicker. He's solid. He used to be our kicker. Rams have a really good kicker right now. Seahawks have a really good kicker. You got to watch the Seahawk kicker. He can do special things like bootleg and, beat us and, fake a fourth down and, sad. So you got to keep them up there. And the Seahawk kicker could do really well. He could be out a little bit better than third. But for right now, I'd want to put him third. And then for fourth, just because of the unknown of Jake Moody or our other kicker. Okay, so the new kicker that we got went 40 for 46. He missed 6 times. So why is he not on a team? What did he do? Did he miss the game winner? What did he do? So he's been on multiple teams, and now he's been twice on the Steelers team, and now he's on our team. So I just I don't think he's going to be a bad kicker. But for right now, we just have to put him at fourth, in my humble opinion.
David Corona.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Probably Seahawks. Probably Lambs, Cardinals, and us.
Okay. John Jay.
All right, so I got the Seahawks kicker, Jason Myers. He's had a good career, so he's number 1. All right. Then I'm gonna put. Oh, man.
You gonna put the lime in the coconut? Drink it all up.
All right, I'm gonna put the Rams kicker number 2, the Cardinals kicker number 3. And because we have a rookie kicker, it has nothing to do that he's a bad kicker. It's just that he's a rookie. He's entering the league in the NFL. So we don't know what he's going to do until he starts kicking the football. So the only reason why the Niners kicker is number 4 is that he was just drafted from Michigan. And what we know from Michigan is that he had a good career. So, yeah. That's my list.
Okay, David Midnighter.
I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks, the Cardinals.
Who?
I really hate doing this, but the Rams over us, and then us. Because if you have 3 kickers, you have no kicker.
Yeah.
Don't know what else to say. Right?
Pretty much
You could
my
say-
pretty much my same. But I go Rams, Seahawks, Arizona, then the 49ers.
Who's the Rams kicker?
I think it's Matt Gay.
See, Corey, you put them first, and you didn't even know who the kicker is.
But I'll pay much attention to the kickers. But I just
That was
know
my
that we
point.
last.
Okay.
Okay. Come on, get off my screen.
We do tight ends.
Oh, you know what, Dave Corona? We did. I did skip the tight ends.
You can do whatever you want. You can take the D. You can do the tight ends. However you want to, bro.
Hey, if this is
Just
official,
go on YouTube.
who is the kicker for the LA Rams? It's Brett Meyer. I thought it was
Oh.
Matt, but I don't think he's there anymore. He's
Yeah, that's right. They got Brett Maher, the guy who froze.
I might have to flip flop us, even though we
all right.
have someone.
I gotta switch picks now too. I'm sorry. So we're gonna put the Seahawks. It's gonna go Seahawks, Cardinals, Niners,
You
Rams.
can't switch your answers.
Nope.
Remember?
Nope. That's my humble opinion. Yeah, Brett Meyer is the fourth kicker in the league in our division.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's the Sam Darnold of kickers.
Tight ends. I forgot the tight end room. No more sports.
Oh gosh, we definitely got the best tight end room, just because George Kittle's in it. The Seahawks have a guy who's coming up. He should probably be pretty good this year. They've got a lot of hopes and dreams in him. As far as the Rams and the Cardinals go, do the Cardinals have a guy? Obviously, they have tight ends. I just can't remember if they've got a budding young guy or not. But I don't think so. So I'll go Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals. It could be a coin flip for that. Or I need more information, but yeah. Doesn't matter. I think they're interchangeable.
Bryant.
Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, in my humble opinion.
David Corona.
Niners. Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals.
John Jay.
49ers. The Rams have a good tight end. So 2. I'm going to put Seahawks 3 and Cardinals 4.
David McNider.
I'm actually looking at the Cardinals roster right now to see who the heck their tight ends even are. They got Zach Ertz, but he's old. I mean, and he's got no QB to actually do anything. Ooh, they got Trey McBride. I've never heard of him before. They got this guy I've never heard of before, too, and he's been in the league for 9 years. All right. So I'm going to go 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, even though the Cardinals have Zach Ertz, but, who's going to be throwing to him?
Oh, that's right. They got him in that trade, and he was crying because he left Philadelphia. And he had to go play with shitty Kyler Murray. And then the Eagles went on to the Super Bowl and lost it to the Chiefs, who threw on them all game long on that secondary they were touting as the best in the league.
That's crazy.
Where was I?
Tight ends.
And David, yep, it's your answer.
Okay. I go to 49ers. Seattle. Rams. Then the Cardinals.
Oh, man.
Okay. Woo. No more sports. Do you have any questions for the panel?
Okay. Yeah, I just got to think about them. I'm wondering what's people's thoughts about the John? I know it hasn't come up in a while, but the John Gruden emails. Do you think John Gruden is going to take the big payday that they offer him up front to stop his lawsuit, or do you think he will say no to the ungodly amount of money that they're about to toss at him to make this go away?
Bryant?
I think he's honored enough to take it and push it all the way.
Okay. I think he has to. I don't think the money means anything in this situation. Not to say that a shit ton of money wouldn't be great, but like, we all know what he looks like. He looks like a racist asshole. And he can't get away from that look, really. All he can do is be like, look, there's other people who talk just like this, and I was singled out, and this is not okay. I was a fall guy. So I feel like he has to go all the way with this just to get some sort of remnants of credibility back, or you know what I mean? Like,
I can agree with that to an extent, because if you're what you're saying is he looks like a racist right now. But if he can prove that it's not just him saying that, it's other people saying that in the league, and it's multiple people joking like that, and he's not the only one who's ever said it, then it kind of takes the shine off of him a little bit, and then you're like, well, why aren't these other people being, punished for the
right.
same?
So if there's more
point,
context to it, and you can see that there's a trend, and if he was just essentially trying to fit in, which I'm not trying to make this any sort of okay, but you could show that, hey, look, this is just a common theme. Like in the restaurant, when we worked in the restaurant, everything's a sexual joke. Everything is like a sexual joke because, or it's like a horrible joke to where most people would cringe at it because, like, and same thing in the military. It's because it's so numbing, sensory numbing. You got so much going on that the regular jokes don't hit right. And you need something that's a little off, that's a little dirty, that's a little, not right to actually get you to laugh. So, you know what I mean? So there's certain things where I understand why somebody would be compelled. I had a guy, I had a guy the other day at work. He was filling in, he was helping from another store. And he comes up to me and he goes, where no one else is around, he goes, hey, do you want to hear a racist joke? I said, not at all. Without any sort of a pause. It was just not at all. Like, those jokes don't have any fun to me whatsoever. It's just like, doesn't seem right. But obviously this guy thought that that's what you do at work. I don't know how he got that. I don't know how he got that idea. But at the other store, obviously, this guy goes around telling racist jokes. You know what I mean? So there's things to be said. Not that it's okay, but when you're singled out, I think he has to. David, what's your thoughts? Do you think he takes the big bag? Because look, he might be getting anywhere between $250 million to $500 million thrown in his face to shut up.
Yeah, he might take it.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of money on the table, probably.
Yeah, he should take it, but like I haven't seen it. What's going on with him? So yeah, he should take the money. So,
and see, this is a situation where the money isn't as important as the knowledge that could be released. You know what I'm saying? So the damages that he would get if he was found correct in in suing them. No, like if the court settled in John Gruden's favor, I don't think his payout would be as much as what the buyout for him to end his settlement would be.
Is,
You know what I mean?
is he suing because the NFL kicked him out?
He's
Yes.
suing essentially, yes, but
Oh,
he's
okay.
essentially suing them, saying that they're the ones that specifically leaked his emails out of like 600 something thousand emails, right? Just leaked his emails and then turned around and said, hey, these are out in the, essentially what happened is Gruden called up Mark Davis and said, hey, there's stuff about Gruden about to come out. You need to get rid of him. And Mark Davis is like, I'm not getting rid of Gruden. So the stuff comes out, right? And then Gruden calls him up again and says, hey, more stuff is about to come out on Gruden if you don't get rid of him. And Mark Davis is like, dude, whatever. I don't care. And the other stuff comes out, like the second half, like with all the other stuff. It seemed like they were just trying to like not screw him over too much in the beginning. And then
Right.
once they didn't fire him, they started dropping worse stuff. Right. And
Damn.
look, if he hadn't said it in the first place, it wouldn't be there to be used against him. Right. Let's just put that
Exactly.
out there.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
but they still, it seemed like they were in contact with whoever was running the story more so than Mark Davis would be, who would be the one you think that would be getting called and asked about a Mark Davis, or not Mark Davis, but a Gruden. So to me,
They did
it
him. They
seemed like
did
it
him.
was,
They did him dirty.
yeah, it seems like it's a total inside job because Gruden shouldn't be calling Mark Davis talking about this. Gruden should already be having a news agency calling and asking him what he thinks about this situation, even before the article and the stuff gets put out there. But they didn't, and the reason being is because they didn't have to, because they got it straight from the top. They didn't need to go to Mark Davis. He was lower on the totem pole than the person they got the emails from.
Right.
So
Is the
John Jay,
Raiders still paying him because he had a 10-year contract?
I think he got it. I think he sued Mark Davis for it, and Mark Davis settled with him.
Oh, okay.
Mark Davis told him to sue him for his money.
Oh,
You know what I mean? He's like, look, you're getting screwed. Essentially, he said, this is the way you get all your money, is you turn around and sue us for, the rest of your money. And he didn't even fight it. He was like, boom, there's that. In fact, I think he's the one that got him in contact or is paying the lawyer to go after the NFL.
wow.
So not only, yeah. So this is going to be somebody's going to be gone, I feel, when the smoke settles from this. John Jay, your thoughts?
Yep. About the John Gruden thing?
Yeah, do you think he's going to take the bag of money, or do you think he's going to push this all the way to kind of somehow try and clean his name as much as he can by putting most of the dirt in this situation on the NFL? Saying that they were doing this type of stuff in backroom deals with John Snyder.
Well, all I can say about this situation is that, like, if an owner, was trying to blackmail the NFL to get John Gruden fired, then of course, if I was John Gruden, I would go to court and try to, make a case. Now I don't know what's going to happen in this situation.
So real quick, if you were in this situation, right? You said those bad things, you had gotten fired, you got essentially all the money from that contract. I think it was like 10 mil a year for 10 years, right? So it was like somewhere around $100 million contract, plus all previous money you had made. Would you take the essentially 250 to maybe $500 million the NFL was going to throw at you to make you go away, or would you stick it to them?
See, I would personally, again, this is just me, would take it to court. I want everything to be aired out in the
Yeah.
court of public opinion and in the court of a court of law. So, and if the NFL is like scared, of course, then just like any type of company, they're gonna try to throw as much money at John Gruden. Now, John Gruden, if there's a price that he's willing to shut up, I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think John Gruden is going to try to milk this as much as he can, and because the NFL, they don't want to go to court, so I I think that what's going to happen is that they're going to go to mediation, and John Gruden's like, oh, I want this to air out. The NFL's on the cave like they always do, and they're
I
like,
think
oh,
they tried mediation already. I think that got denied
okay,
because I think they tried to squash it with mediation, and then the judge said no. This needs to go to court.
okay. So now it's going to go to court. So looks like there's no amount of money that John Gruden wanted. So yeah, I think what he's
Well,
doing is
they can still buy him out. They were trying to do mediation to where it essentially forces a settlement, kind of puts them at even odds if they go into something like that. But when he just brings his, if it's not a mediation, he can just sue. Now let me ask you a question. So you've already said that you wouldn't take the money, right? And let's, for all intents and purposes, say that John Gruden is gonna not take the money too, like you did, right? Now, you having as much money as John Gruden would in this situation, right? How much money would it take to get thrown at you for you to say, you know what? I don't care about how you ruined my image. I got enough money to buy me a big ass yacht and drink away all my problems. I know you don't drink. I'm just saying, like that type of a mentality. What's the dollar sign look like? And then I'll get to you, David.
well, like personally, this is me. There's not enough money in the world like to buy my silence or get me to if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to do that, then you're scared. So I want to put that on the table. Hypothetically, if I was John Gruden, so I'm not myself, I'm John Gruden. He made, I want to say he made about $30 million, from his 10-year, $100 million contract. And if the league already tried throwing like a lot of money at him already, like probably like what would probably keep him shut up is, unfortunately, everyone has a price, and he'll probably say, I want like 100 million, 200, 300. He's probably going to throw a random giant number out there to keep his mouth shut.
Like I said earlier, it's already being suspected that they'd probably offer him anywhere between $250,000 and $500,000. Personally, I'm sorry, $2 or $3 billion, I can forget a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
yeah. You know what I mean? That's fuck you money for the rest of my life, and a couple of descendants. You know what I'm saying? A couple of family trees, if done properly.
Well, so, like if the league already offered him like a giant amount of money, he said no. Personally, if he's looking at the billion mark, I don't think the league's gonna go that far, because I don't think that's ever happened in any type of situation in human existence. So, like,
no,
I think if he's already turned down 100 million, 200 million, then the league will probably have to do something, because like it's not looking good for the league. So,
yep. So, Dave McNiner, what's your thoughts? Oh, I thought you were muted.
So it's a messy situation.
Yeah.
You know, because if John Gruden chooses to take it the distance, you know, and prove that it wasn't just him, that's going to be a humongous mess for the NFL.
Because it
And
shows intent.
I honestly,
Wouldn't you say that
and
shows intent?
Oh yeah, and he's a very proud man. I don't think you can put a number on this. I don't think even if they throw, oh, we'll give you $2 billion. I don't think he'll take it.
Would you in your situation?
If I was in the same situation as him or my current situation.
No, if you're in the same situation as him, you got to think of it because, like, you know, he's got millions already, right? So if you got millions already and you're like, I can live a great life for the rest of my life in the same standard that I'm living right now, and I could just have some shred of my dignity back, then that means a lot more than where you're sitting right now or where I'm sitting right now. You know what I mean? Because you're not at that spot. You know what I mean? Like, Gruden doesn't have to work at all for the rest of his life. Can we agree on that? He doesn't have to do anything, and he should be able to, if he is vested his money right, he should be able to just do nothing and get checks. You know what I mean? So whether it's through real estate, you know, stocks, you know, investing in businesses and whatnot, he should be able to have some sort of money reoccurring. So that's why, you know, it's different. But then you offer a millionaire the chance to become a billionaire, and that's some different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I personally, if I was him and the situation he's in, he's, you know, you're rich, you got nothing to worry about anyway. I wouldn't take it. Let's say my image is tarnished. I'm going to restore my image, and I don't care what happens to you guys because you guys tarnished it.
Not just that, but there was also bad blood beforehand. And so now these people that you already didn't like beforehand are now, they thought they got the last laugh on you. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's to me, I'm out for blood. You know, not necessarily that I'm gonna kill somebody, but that I'm gonna make you squirm some sort of way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you can't do me like that and, you know, expect that I'm just gonna go quiet into this good night. So this is definitely the situation that I would be in. Talk about, nope. Oh, that's nice. That's a lot of money. Nope. Look, he could make money after this, after the settlement. There's a book deal he could do. You know what I'm saying? Tell all book about what happened, you know, stuff behind the scenes, you know, about, you know, dealing with, what's his name? Not Gruden, but, what's the president of the
Goodell.
Goodell.
Biden?
Yeah, deal with Goodell, all that type of stuff. He could get a lot of money on a book deal after this whole court thing going on. You know what I mean? Not just that, but he's gonna go through what do you call that? If it goes to court, it goes through exploratory, or it's where you go through all the evidence. Right? So his people can turn around and go, okay, I want to see all 660 or 660,000 emails. And then they'll have a copy of every single email that the NFL / Dan Snyder went through to find his. So all that other information is now he could essentially sell that information to people, to like news agencies even. He could break stories off of the information. Oh, what is it called? Exploratory, or I can't remember.
If
But yeah,
if he went if he wins the case, you think he will come back to the NFL to be a head coach again, or he's done?
I don't think so. He could maybe come back as like a radar, because it seems like Mark Davis has confidence in his ability. But
Right.
before he lost his job, him and the GM made some horrible decisions during the draft, and he's also not getting any younger. And if you notice what's going on in the league, these head coaches are getting younger and younger because owners are looking for people who can adapt to the new thing on the cutting edge and be able to grasp it and wield it faster than, you know, some of the old dogs that can't learn the new tricks.
Right.
So
Okay. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to go do something here in a minute. If you guys want to come on to the show a bit later, that's fine. I know you guys got a good panel going on right now. But I'm going to go turn my StreamYard on and move over to my channel. And I have a couple people coming on, and you guys are all welcome to come on. So I will tell you guys good
are
night.
you hosting the late night or?
Yep. So I'll be moving over there. And if anybody in the chat wants to come over later, make sure you hit a like and subscribe for Corey Davis here, and hope to see you later. All right, guys.
Yep. All right, Brian.
Peace out. Yep.
I was gonna have to put his link in a.
Yeah.
He put the link in Twitter. Oh, the link to his channel?
Yeah.
Well, the link to the show.
Yeah, to the show.
If he would have dropped it in the private chat on the way out, Corey could have just dropped it in the regular chat. Let's see if I can't find it, Corey. Okay.
So what do you think, Corey?
If I was John Gruden, I would not take it. I would, because I'm already rich. I'm already a millionaire. So I want all the other stuff to come out. You know what the
Corey,
NFL did.
The link to Bryant's show is in the private chat.
Okay.
So yeah.
I would want them to see.
Well.
Yeah, I want all the stuff come out now. If I was, what was going on? Hold on, sorry, did something wrong.
Yeah, I would want to burn everything down. Me personally. Like obviously you have to have some sort of like understanding that you put yourself in this situation, right? So you need to understand what you did wrong, because you did have a part in this. They couldn't have screwed you like this if you didn't say these things, right? So to me, like, you got to have some accountability. But after that, these guys directly went after you and tried to tarnish your image. I had somebody who did that to me. You know what I found out? I was going to do some petty shit. I was going to call this person in the middle of the night and hang up. But after I did a little research, I found out they were smuggling heroin into a jail.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, you guys believe this heroin smuggler over me? So, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, I was like, oh, whatever. And I told their best friend about it, sent them the articles, and they were like, oh my gosh. I said, yeah, that whole time that she said she did this and that, yeah, she was lying to you. Yeah, everything's a lie.
That's crazy.
So, yep. But this wasn't like, you know, this didn't ruin my reputation. This just lost me my job, which was very inconvenient. But I'm not on the streets or anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm happy.
Yep.
So other than that, like, but what they did to him was definitely like pointed. They were trying to take him out. It was calculated, and if it's calculated, that's, if it's just a whoopsie thing, how can you be mad at somebody? Like, was it? Remember that comedian that said that Bill Cosby was drugging women? What's his name? Oh, what's his name? I think he's funny too. I forget. Anyway, Hannibal Buress. Everybody was mad at Hannibal, and it was like, whoa, wait. Hannibal thought that was normal. That was common knowledge. Turns out everybody else was keeping the secret the whole time. Those are the douchebags. And Bill Cosby, right? Because think about it. Bill Cosby, allegedly was doing all that stuff. And they were allegedly helping him do it by not telling anybody outside, letting him be able to do it over and over again. So
That's crazy.
you got to understand sometimes, who's to blame in certain actions, and
Right.
but we got to get going. See you guys all over at Bryant Show.
So
Yep.
the
I'll
link
be
is
over
in
there.
the link is in the chat. So you want to find us? That's where we be. Does everybody go raid Bryant?
Brian.
All right. Hey, let's go Niners and F those Lambs. See you over
Oh,
right.
hell yeah. Let's go Diners and F the Rams all day. See you later, guys. I'll be over there.
Yep.
All right. See everybody over there. Make sure you go over there and make sure you like everybody's, and make sure you subscribe to No More the Sports here. Ryan and John J. 49ers also report, and David McNiner, David Mc News channel, David McNiner, and the Ladies of the Empire, Tony's channel. Subscribe to all their channels, and everybody have a good night. Thank you for coming. And I'm sorry for the mess up earlier. I was having some technical difficulties, but now we're gonna move over to Brian's Cups channel.